Dr. Gero, a significant antagonist in Dragon Ball Z, is often overshadowed by more central villains like Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu. His contribution to the series goes far beyond his screen time. Dr. Gero is responsible for creating some of the most iconic characters like Android 16, 17, 18, and Cell. Their arcs redefine the dynamics within the Dragon Ball universe. More than just a villain, Dr. Gero's motivations, intellect, and lasting influence mark him as a complex and underrated character in the DBZ lore. One of the standout aspects of Dr. Gero's character is his unmatched scientific brilliance. Before even becoming an android himself, Dr. Gero was a renowned scientist working for the Red Ribbon Army, a powerful organization that sought world domination. When Goku destroyed the Red Ribbon Army in his youth, Dr. Gero became obsessed with revenge. This obsession drove him to push the boundaries of science, resulting in the creation of his androids. Unlike other villains who rely solely on brute force, Dr. Gero's power lies in his ability to manipulate and enhance others. His android creations possess energy sources that never deplete, advanced combat intelligence, and skills that rival some of the strongest beings in the universe, including Goku and Vegeta. This kind of forethought and innovation sets him apart from traditional villains and establishes him as a unique threat in Dragon Ball Z. Unlike the immediate and visceral hatred that other villains have for Goku, Dr. Gero's antagonism is more psychological, rooted in an obsession fueled by personal loss and failure. When Goku dismantled the Red Ribbon Army, Gero's reputation and life's work crumbled. This drove him into isolation and madness, focusing all his efforts on a vendetta against Goku. This obsession gave him a tragic and human dimension as his genius ultimately became his drive. The depth of his hatred allows fans to see his layers as a person, as it reflects the idea that unresolved anger and loss can drive even the brightest minds to darkness. Dr. Gero's obsession with revenge not only makes him relatable, but it also aligns him with themes of perseverance and ambition that shape his identity. Gero's influence extends far beyond his physical appearance in the series. The androids he created, especially Android 16, 17, 18, and Cell, are some of the most memorable and impactful characters in the Dragon Ball series. Android 18, for example, goes on to become a beloved character, even joining the protagonists and marrying Krillin. Android 17 later emerges as a hero in Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power. Through his creations, Dr. Gero left an indelible mark on both the heroes and the villains, shaping storylines long after his demise, which is pretty ironic. The living weapons he created are now doing some good in the world. In addition, Gero's ultimate creation, Cell, represents the culmination of his scientific endeavors, combining the DNA of the universe's strongest fighters to create the perfect being. Cell's conception is a testament to Dr. Gero's skill and ambition, as well as his ability to conceive of ultimate power, even if he wouldn't live to see it himself. His legacy through the androids is long-lasting and powerful and reminds the audience of the potential consequences of unrestrained scientific curiosity. Dr. Gero's character can also be seen as a dark representation of progress. While Dragon Ball Z celebrates the Saiyan idea of self-improvement through hard training and discipline, Dr. Gero represents the darker side of progress, the kind born from manipulation and obsession. Gero's genius allowed him to create life and enhance it, yet his work led to tragedy and destruction. His character explores the ethical considerations of scientific advancement, asking viewers to consider where the line is drawn between progress and ethical boundaries. Gero's story is cautionary. It warns of the dangers of letting ambition go unchecked, particularly when it disregards the consequences for the world. In this way, he serves as a thematic foil to the Saiyan protagonists, providing a complex viewpoint on power and knowledge. You see, Goku and Dr. Gero are opposites of the same spectrum. Goku's greatest flaw is getting strong to fight the best opponents, even if it puts others in danger. Dr. Gero's greatest flaw is being obsessed with his intelligence to the point where he'd turn himself into an android to finish his research. Dr. Gero is much more than a standard villain. He's a symbol of scientific obsession and unyielding ambition. His intelligence and creations force the Dragon Ball characters to confront powerful adversaries, leading to some of the most iconic battles and transformations in the series. His backstory and psychological depth offer a compelling look into the mind of a man whose brilliance was matched only by his anger. Though overshadowed by his creations, Dr. Gero continues to be one of the most intriguing figures in Dragon Ball Z, deserving recognition as a mastermind whose impact shapes the series in profound ways. Ultimately, Dr. Gero's story reminds viewers of the consequences of unchecked ambition and the double-edged sword of technological advancement.